We booked 201 calls for one of my clients' coaching business and collected over 6 figures a month. I'm going to be breaking down the exact phone setting script that we use for our sales team to book that many meetings. Now, if you're a coach or you're an operator, you can take this phone setting script and implement it for yourself and your sales team, but it's useless without the actual breakdown of it, like understanding the psychology behind the questions. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down every single section of the script so that you can properly execute it within your sales team and actually convert those appointments into high ticket clients that pay you thousands of dollars. So if you need help writing even a personalized sales script for your offer and you want me to help you, implement these systems within your business to scale to 100,000 a month or more, then you can message me on Instagram. Otherwise, let's get started. So we have a couple of sections here. We have the discovery section, this discovery phase, and then we have the current situation, and then we find out their pain points, and then we financial qualify them, and then we transition into the book call. Okay, so that's the main part of a phone setting script. So let's start. As an intro, your goal here is to reduce sales resistance, and sales resistance is basically sales pressure, right? Any form of sales pressure and pushiness. So we want to reduce that as much as possible. So we say, hey, what's going on? And then you say their name of the prospect, and you want to have high energy, and your tone should be like calling an old friend, right? So, hey, what's up? It's John, right? And then you say, yeah, this is your name from XYZ company. And then you wait for an answer. Cool if I go ahead and ask you a few questions to see if we could get you some help. Here you're asking a permission-based question, right? You're asking them for permission to basically have a whole 5-minute conversation with them, because no one wants to just, be asked so many questions like an interview. However, if you ask them permission, they have basically gave you permission to do so. So that's the first thing. And really what we're trying to do in this section is we're trying to find why they need help. Okay, so this is what we're going to ask. Okay, and just so I'm not assuming here, what was it that you were looking for some help on when you filled out the application? Okay, so again, we're trying to find out why they need help, right? So they could be like, oh yeah, maybe obviously I want to get into this model or X model, whatever they say. And then you ask them anything else, right? Just to clarify. And if they're super vague when you ask this question and you don't know why they need help, and so you can say, hey, gotcha, man. Do you know what you're looking for specifically? Okay, so now we're getting specific into it. We're getting specifics. So let's say we got something tangible, right? Let's say they're looking for some help on XYZ. Now, before even getting into their pain points, we look super dumb and stupid if we don't even get context of their current situation. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to find out what their current situation is like. So, yeah. Nice, man. And I know you have a goal in mind with XYZ niche, right? So what would that goal be that you have in mind with niche, right? Let's say it's trading. Yeah, what would you have a goal in mind with trading? Like, what would that goal be for you? So now we're trying to find their goal and what they're trying to get to. So if they're super vague with their goals, you can be like, hey, yeah, so where do you want to be at in the next 6 to 12 months? And then how soon do you want to reach that goal? So we want to time qualify them. We want to make sure that this is something that's urgent, that they want to take action on now. Because if they want to, hit that goal in about 6 to 12 months, right? That's fine. That's fine as long as it's not super unrealistic. Okay? Let's say they're saying let's say, hey, yeah, maybe in 2 or 3 years time, when you can get them that result in 6 to 12 months, right? So it's not something that they want to take action on now. In terms of goal, where are you currently at with that? Like, let's say they want to hit 10,000 a month. So in terms of 10,000 a month, your goal, where are you currently at with that? Okay, and they're like, oh, I'm currently at 3,000 a month. Oh, okay, and what do you do right now? So find out their job. Okay, let's say they're at 2 or 3,000 a month, and they work at McDonald's. Okay, you can be like, yeah, so how long have you been working at McDonald's for? Oh, for about 4 months. Okay, cool, man. What do you feel like is the biggest challenge so far that's maybe slowing you down from hitting, let's say 10,000 a month, they said. Okay, now they're going to start telling you their pain points. And what you want to do after they tell you the pain points is you want to probe, right? So gotcha, man. And knowing that it's been going on for, that you've been working at McDonald's for 3 or 4 months, or at least you've been stuck at 2 or 3K for 3 or 4 months. What's made this more of a priority now, though? Okay, now again, you are trying to find out what is specifically is getting them to take action now. Like, what is their specific pain points as well? Okay, maybe they're like, oh yeah, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I just, I've got a lot of bills to pay. Whatever they say, right? And then what you want to do from here is you want to find out their pain and you want to probe. So what is probing? So this is what probing is. Probing is basically asking them questions that allows them to give you more answers. Okay, for example, you can mirror them. Let's say in the pain point section, they're like, yeah, I've been really stressed at my job. So then what you go is like, you're like, stressed? Stressed? How so? Okay, what do you mean stressed? Like, in what way? Because stress, right, guys, stress could mean like a bunch of different things. Like, you don't know what stress means to them specifically. So that's why we want to probe in the pain section. Now, a lot of times, setters, they ask me, okay, like, how do we actually know when enough pain is enough, right? So in a setting call, in a quick 5 to 10 minute setting call, you don't really need to go that deep into pain, okay? All we really need to know is what their pain is and get a little bit more clarity around the pain, and then ask them how long that pain has been going on for, okay? So let's say you found out their pain, okay? They found out the pain. Then you say, okay, how long has that been going on for? How long has that been going on for? Okay. Sweet. Now that you got their pain, you know their situation right now, and you also understand their goals, now you understand that this is something that's urgent for them, right? This is something that they want to reach like pretty soon for their goals. Then you financially qualify them, because if they just hop on a sales call and they have $0 to invest, you just wasted an hour of your time, or even your closer's time. Okay, so we want to make sure in the setting call, we need to financially qualify these people. So you're going to be like, yeah, for sure, I'm not going to sit here and promise you that we can 100% help just yet. But what I can do is set you up on a meet with someone from my team. He'll take a deeper look into your situation, see where you're at, where you want to be, and see if this is something that could really help you out. Would you be open to that? Okay, and then they say yes. And if everything made sense on that call in terms of getting you the right outside possible help, the reason we say possible outside help, right, is because we're using neutral language. We don't want to seem pushy, okay? Neutral language reduces sales pressure. What type of funding would you have set aside in terms of investing into the right skills so that you're tying it to the outcome, right? Let's say on their goals, they set more than just money. They say, oh, I'll be able to travel and then give back to my parents. Okay, so that's what you say. That's exactly what you tie to the outcome. What type of funding would you have set aside in terms of investing into the right skills so that you can hit $10,000 a month and then travel the world and also give back to your parents like you've always wanted to for the past 2 years? Okay, so you always tie it to the outcome now that you can get a better answer. Okay, if they're vague, if they're like, I don't know, then you say this. Okay, like on that next call, let's say so you basically ask the same question but differently. Let's say you get pushback, you get some objections. You're like, how much does it cost? Or I don't know, it depends. So what we do here is custom for everybody. It really depends on what you're looking for. As of right now, we're not even sure if we can help. So I wouldn't have a price for you at the moment. So just to see if we can actually help you, man, now you go back to the question. But you always want to ask the same question and just slightly different, right? But get the same outcome. So here I would be like, yeah, just to see if we can help, man, what sort of budget do you have right now to actually get you the right skills? Got it, right? This time I use budget, right, instead of funding. So you guys get what I mean. Now, let's say they're financially qualified. You guys have to set the financial qualifier for your setters. So now you transition. Perfect. So like I said earlier, I'm going to go ahead and book you in that meeting with, let's say, John, so that you'd have a better idea of what we do here and how we can help you get to $10,000 a month. Now you get their time zone, and then you go to the Calendly link and you book them in, okay? You book them in, and then just so you're aware, the meeting is on a Zoom call. Have you basically just tying them down on the fact that they can actually accept the meeting on the email. And then, of course, typically, if you guys don't have pre-call resources to send to your prospects, please make sure to have a couple of pre-call resources to send to your prospects so that we can actually increase their awareness of your product. They can build more trust and rapport with you up to the call. Okay, you guys want to make sure they're pretty much pre-sold on the sales call. So perfect. If there's any questions before the meeting, you can just text me or email me. And then great, have a great day. Okay, that's pretty much it for the setting call, guys. Pretty much it for the setting process. I've scaled at least 2 offers to 6-figure months. I've managed the sales teams inside and out. I know exactly what to do for scaling and also growing info offers. So if you are a coach or an operator, you need help with scaling your offers, you can book using the link down in the description on a call with me so I can audit your business and see how I can help you, or you can message me on Instagram. Peace.